Hey there guys, this is a requested autumnal candle set. This is the Cycles of Autumn. So a few things about this set were requested in specifics, such as the red spell cauldrons and me using orange wax. And I'm going to go through them as a set and then we're going to explain each individual. So the idea behind the 4-piece candle set is that it shows a different energy, a different point in time of the cycles of autumn. Okay, let's zoom in a little. So we start here and work our way around, and as we go through the season, the orange of the wax gets darker. So it starts off in its lightest shade, moving into a sort of a more medium, and then a sort of richer, redder here, and then a darker one right at the end here. And that's on purpose, that's me blending each candle so it is progressively richer, darker than the one before, because we are entering the dark half of the year, and it felt right to me. As I said, the red and the orange colours were requested, but red works and orange works of course beautifully for the colours of autumn anyway, the leaves and the turning of the leaves and things of that nature. So I did want to show them as a set and talk about the fact that they get progressively darker, they cycle through the season, and let's talk about actually let's leave them up and talk about them individually. So the first one is this one, and I will attempt to zoom in on just this one. There we go. So this one is Summer's End Spell Cauldron. Early Autumn, Personal Harvest, Abundance, Positive Outlook. This is the spell cauldron for the tail end of summer as we enter into autumn. That in between, as we are progressing into autumn, the last harvests of the summer and the fields being tilled, I guess, as the wheat and the grain and things of that nature as we progress into summer. So we've got those energies of personal harvest, the first personal harvest, of abundance and a positive outlook. There is a little bit of the beginnings of the inward journey in this spell cauldron, because the dark half of the year, particularly autumn into Samhain, is much more about personal introspection, so going into oneself, and that's what this cauldron is about, this start of a perhaps shamanic or even druidic journey. There's something very much about those two energies that flew into my mind, but flowed through the set is what I was trying to say. So then there is, so that's the first one, and then this is the second one. This one is Falling Leaves. This is about the spiral dance, magic, destiny, and shedding the old, as well as getting in touch with your heart. So this one is supposed to represent the leaves turning gold, red, orange, and starting to fall. And whenever I think of falling leaves, I think about the wind picking them up and them swirling around in the spiral dance. There is a huge amount of magic in this, and destiny, and it's just how I feel about autumn more than anything, and the heart. So my heart is in autumn, and therefore I think that the falling leaves are the most beautiful thing in the world, and that's a personal feeling about nature. I mean, I understand that some people prefer spring, etc., but personally for me, the falling autumn leaves are what set my heart going, and I wanted that to reflect through this spell cauldron. There is of course the energy of shedding the old, which makes sense with the falling leaves, so this spell cauldron can help you to shed that which no longer serves. And then we have this spell cauldron. So this spell cauldron is called the Bountiful Harvest, around perhaps Maybon. And this is allowing things to come to fruition and looking to future abundance, as well as energies of joy and happiness, and the idea of having plenty. So again, it's a little bit darker, a little bit more red perhaps in tone, and I really wanted this one to speak of fruits, the fruits of harvest, the having a plenty and things of that nature. There is a innate calm and peace in this one as well, and feeling content, a sort of energy of contentment. And then finally we have Steps to Samhain. It's gonna be my favourite. Of course it is. Whoop! This is obviously the darkest. This is for divination, honouring your ancestors, cleansing, deep cleansing, things of that nature. So this is the steps leading up to Samhain, which to me sort of is the pinnacle of autumn. And I kind of love this one. I love the whole thing, but that one's my favourite, and I guess it was always going to be. So these are obviously a request, these are for somebody, but if anybody would like a remake of one or all, that's of course a distinct possibility, although all handmade items are slightly different. So that is the Cycles of Autumn Spell Cauldron set. Many blessings.